with that being said, we got some spoilers this week. We got some. They had a stream as well. So why don't we get into our news segment right now? Our Galactic Gazette. Welcome to our Galactic Gazette. This is our spoilers and news segment that we do every week. If we got news this week, we got plenty of news. They decided to release prestige cards, which is crazy, right? They're now giving us a special Carbonite booster pack at a cost of $24.99 if you want to buy it for one pack. I think they said a case is 4 boxes. And so a case, I believe, retails at $1,200. So if you want some super fancy, shiny cards, this is where it's at. We actually are discussing doing a sealed tournament with only these packs. It's going to be like $150 buy.
$150.
Yep. So we're thinking about it. We don't know
any common cards.
We're thinking about it. We'll see how it works. There is some commons. There's possibly some commons.
I thought all the... Now I'll get into it.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We got some stuff coming up. So essentially, as you can see, this is kind of what FFG gave us. This is the prestige cards that are kind of coming. So this is kind of the breakdown. You're going to get one hyperspace leader or a showcase leader. Supposedly, there's going to be more showcases available. Then they're going to have 7 foils, 1 prestige card, 5 hyperspace, and 2 hyperspace foil. And I believe you're right, Alex. I do believe the hyperspace foils are anything over common. The hyperspace are anything over... Actually, I don't think there's any common cards in this pack, right?
I don't think there is.
Yeah.
Maybe the foils have a chance of being common, but I don't think they do. I think they're all uncommon enough.
So, I don't know. This could be a crazy sealed thing if we do it, but that's kind of what we had talked about. As you can kind of see, the pull rate for showcases is supposedly more. I don't know. I don't know if I trust that, though.
1 in 2 boxes was the pull rate for showcases.
Yeah. So if you figure that's $600, right? You know, so fine, I guess. Like, I don't know. The difference is if I have to go to my local and buy something, I buy a prestige pack, I guess now. Every week, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how well. Sure, why not? Well, it's cheaper than buying a box of it. I can't afford a box right now. So I might have some hyperspace legendaries I could sell y'all that maybe y'all need some fancy cards and I can fund my addiction to these fancy cards. But as you can kind of see there, they're offering all the different borders. They're going to have different ones. They're going to have the silver-backed ones, right? Which are more common. And then they're going to have these numbered gold ones, which is crazy, right? So they're going to have these also are a limited run, which we talked a little bit about last week. But essentially, they're going to print one run. Whatever people get is what they get. And then these special gold ones are going to be limited to 250 a piece.
Yeah, they're serialized with like the little number out of 250 on it.
Yeah. So crazy, right? That's crazy. Like, you can't tell me you don't want to go buy just a pack once in a while just to see if you get a serialized card.
Yeah. It definitely brings more incentive for people to go out and buy more packs up there. And as long as, you know, they can keep the supply chain going as they did with the last 2 releases, then I think that they'll have plenty available for people to go out there and try and see if they can get a serialized card. It'll be a really great collector's item.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's not much else to like talk. I mean, like, it's kind of cool, some of this stuff, if you're into like this collector's thing. I know, like, so all right. So this is what I did. Is I'm promising, and if people need me to help buy them boxes of this, that if you can use me to get boxes of this stuff if I know in advance. But the thing is every 2, like, if you buy, you have to buy 4 boxes worth, and 2 of them I'll help you get those boxes. But if you get a showcase, 2 showcases, I get 1. If you get only 1 showcase, hey, no problem, you can keep it. That's the deal I'm throwing out there. We might be able to order a bunch of this stuff. I can help you order it, but you got to share your showcases because I can't afford to buy 6 boxes of this.
Oh,
I want to buy 6 boxes just to open them just to see what I get, but that's fine. We probably won't do that. So let's move on. Game Genic, there's going to be a special stream on Monday that's going to go over all of this. So you can see these are the new art sleeves. I am buying JJ those Akbar ones. JJ's getting a pack of
so
those.
bad. They're so stupid and great at the same time.
Yes.
I love it.
You want those too? Okay, I guess I'm buying 2 of those, and I'll buy Alex. Alex, you each are getting one of those. You can each. That's my
my only thing is that like it, and maybe they just didn't put it in the pictures, right? But I want a box of Akbar as well to go along with the sleeves.
I want to
put it feels like it has to have that home.
See, I noticed they didn't put any quotes around iconic designs with that Akbar picture.
I don't know. I'm
so
not a
stupid.
fan of the Akbar one. If they had a Jar Jar Binks one, I would buy those. So, by the way,
no love for Mr. Bones, man. Mr. Bones needs a box of sleeves.
Yeah, give me a you give me a Mr. Bones box. Oh man. All right. Anyway, so it looks like we're getting FN. That's FN, right? On that picture, JJ, that's FN, right?
I don't know, man. I mean, it could be.
Has to be.
It's not the silver armor for Phasma. So, I mean, yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Unless it's Finn, right? Unless it's Finn that they're putting in there, which means we're getting another Finn character, which I don't know. But in Destiny, we had FN, right? That was a thing. Like, he was a character that we got to play. It was a big thing. Like, he was actually pretty good. So, anyway, that's kind of... I'm hoping that's what we get. Obviously, we're getting another Boba, another Han, and it looks like we're getting an Akbar somehow. So I don't know. I don't buy these soft crates ever. As you can see, there's a Phasma crate. Like, so that's kind of cool. Like, that's actually exciting because Destiny. Okay, man, I'm super excited because in Destiny, the way if you ran Phasma as an elite leader, you got 2 of her dice, and then when she rolled, you could roll out like Stormtrooper dice to play along with her. And they sucked. They were horrible Stormtroopers, but you got to roll them and you got extra characters on the board just because of that. So
I just hope that we get a because obviously, you know, for this particular set, they're making them pilots, right? And the only ship that I've known her to pilot is the first one TIE fighter. So I'm hoping that we get that as a space unit that she can ride in. Like, that would be pretty cool to see.
Well, not every leader is going to be a pilot, they said.
Cool, give
me her in an SF. Like, I'm down for that.
Oh yeah, an SF. Yeah, you're right. An SF. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You attack and you turn the card upside down and attack again.
Yes.
Oh right. No, yo, that'll be great. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to some actual cards that we got. we got actual cards. They're giving us previews already, so that must mean preview season's around the corner. Where I'm guessing we'll start seeing previews here in the next couple of weeks, leading up to the set release. So, wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing a bunch of them in the next couple of weeks. So I'm excited. There's a specific card I'm super excited about, but I'll let you guys go first. Alex, which card do you want to what do you want to spoil tonight?
I'll go with the very easy choice of Blue Leader. And sticking to their theme they did with the Green Squadron A-Wing, Blue Leader is a green card. Green Hero, it costs 3. It is a 3/3 with Ambush. It does have the Rebel tag as well, which is really nice. And then when played, you may pay 2 resources. If you do, move this unit to a ground arena, or to the ground arena, and give it 2 experience tokens.
And that comes before the ambush, right?
Well, here's the silly thing. You could do whatever you want, because both of them are when played abilities with ambush and the when played ability on the card, right? So you can ambush in this in space, hit for 3, pay 2 extra, go to ground and give it 2 experience tokens. Or you can pay 2 extra, give it to ground, give it 2 experience tokens, and ambush and ground.
So I have another question. So, okay, how about this? If I attack in space, if I ambush and I let's say I hit a red 3, right? Mm-hmm. Does my blue leader immediately die, or does it move to the ground and let me put experience tokens on it? So now I have 2 health again.
Well, You probably don't want something like Red 3 because that only has 2 attack. But I'm assuming you mean like a Black Sun Starfighter, right? The
There you
3/2
go,
Sentinel?
Black Sun. Yep, there you go.
You'd be defeated. I'm
Okay.
90% sure.
Good. Well, that's good though. That's actually really good because otherwise this card would be broken. Like this card would just be insanely broken because if you could ambush in and kill something for 3 and then just move it to the ground, like I mean, okay, with Quinlan, I've been playing a lot of Quinlan lately, and that's what I went to the store showdown with and won. But like this would be insane with Quinlan being able to ambush in and then move it to the ground after that, and it like could just live because you could ping something. You could just take like a 4 unit off the 4 health unit off the board. I don't know. I like it. I like this card a lot though, and I like this is I think this is the prestige card, right? I don't know. This is one of the fancy cards.
This particular one is a looks like prestige hyper foil of it.
Yeah. So this is really cool. Excited about that card. I like that card. I like that card a lot, actually. That's my new favorite. I play too. I'm getting into hero, baby. I'm getting into hero. I've been playing villain too much. I got to get me some hero. All right, JJ, you're next. Which card do you want?
All right, so this one, I'm going to take General Draven. So we last saw him in Rogue One. He's one of the leaders there that helped dispatch X-Wings to do attacks on several places there. So he comes in at 5 cost. Just a single green aspect, which means you can put this in Empire too if you wanted to. So he comes with 2 attack and 5 health, and he reads Rebel and Official. And when played and on attack, create an X-Wing token. And I would actually argue that he would be a very decent ECL target because you can essentially generate 2 X-Wing tokens as soon as you deploy them, and you can send them in to attack something that hopefully won't kill him. So you can essentially deploy 3 units right off of the 5 cost there. So that's pretty great. Especially even better if you already have the Don on the board or if you have Wedge and Antilles on the board, just further buffing those units. This is something that would help you bring out a lot of units out on the board really quick. It could be a really big swing for your side. So yeah, I like General Draven a lot. I think he's going to definitely see a lot of play with a lot of different decks.
I don't know. I feel this feels overcosted.
I agree. Or like the stats aren't good enough or anything. I mean, maybe creating X-Wing tokens are super, super good, and we don't know it yet, but it doesn't really have much of an immediate impact.
Poggle is a 1/4, and you exhaust him when you play a unit and get a droid token, right? And who's the one that gives? And Ayla, is it Ayla? No, it's
Shakti.
Shakti, right? I actually just got a foil of her in the promos this weekend, and she's a 4 cost 3/4, and she creates it's the same thing. It's a 2/2. It's just not in space. Maybe it's because they're valuing space is really heavy right now. Maybe that's why.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I mean, I do agree with you, JJ. Like, I do genuinely agree that, like, yes, ECLing this thing out and being able to put 2, X-Wings in space seems pretty good. Like, that's not a bad thing. But like outside of that, I feel it almost feels overcosted. But I guess we'll see. It must mean they're going to really value that space meta.
It is an official, so you can use it to petition the Senate and draw 3 cards.
All right, fair enough. That'll go good in your pre-Vizsla deck there, baby.
Yeah, it's got Dodanas.
Yeah, I want to see this in a pulp deck. You put them on. You already have the Royal Guards that get that buff when guarding an official, and then you're deploying X-Wings for the Emperor to destroy. It's great,
just like the movie. Pretty sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. The last one the last one in this column that we have is Allegiant General Pride. I'm actually I really like the artwork on this one as well. Yeah. I really kind of want this in a hyperspace foil. This is a 2/3 First Order official. I'm going to state it right now. I hope to God we get something to do with First Order with this because it makes Kylo Ren super playable, and I have a hyper foil of him, and I really want to put him on the table. The only deck I have him in is no decks because I just rather play 5 cost small than Kylo. But this official says when indirect damage is dealt to a unit, you may defeat a non-unique upgrade on it. And then he has an on attack if you have the initiative deal 2 indirect damage to a player. So that's for 2 costs. This is great in my opinion. Like this is like I know people like I don't know. We haven't actually had an indirect discussion conversation on the show. To me, indirect damage is going to be amazing. Like I think I hope to God we only get like 7 or 8 cards that deal with this because it feels like it's just going to be throwing damage everywhere because basically it goes underneath shields. So if I could deal 2 indirect damage to your stupid little I don't know what's the village peoples. If I could do that, then you no longer have a sentinel on the ground.
Your opponent's the one that chooses where they put the indirect damage, right?
It is. And so if they don't want to lose that unit, then they're going to put it on base, and I'm more excited about that as well. So it's a win-win for Tanner.
It's what should have been like the Y-wing from last set.
Yes, yes, the gray squadron Y-wing. Yes,
we're just just do 2 damage somewhere instead of 2 indirect. Maybe 2 indirects are really strong. I don't know. I mean, Ray's also a thing, so maybe that's good.
What I do like is I think this is a perfect card to also pair with Vader ground unit to ambush in. I mean, you can come in, do some damage immediately with the on attack on there. It can really help clear the board there and create a path for you to just mow down your opponents.
Yeah, my personal belief is this is going to work with Major Von Reg. That's my belief, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a Von Reg leader, but I'm not we'll put it this way. If somebody wants to take me up on a $50 or $75 bet, I'll happily take you up on that. Because I'm pretty sure we're getting Von Reg based on how they've done Destiny. But the reason I like this leader and is because I like the indirect mechanic quite a bit. And I feel like when he does his on attack, he gets to do 2 indirect damage. So this is a sentinel. You have to kill this thing. Like if I play this, you got to kill it. Like there's just no. If you're an aggro deck, you're not gonna like this. And this does to me, this is gonna be super good in Pelp. Like I don't know. Like I play a lot of Pelp, I guess, or too much Pelp. But this feels really slated. Like this could really be amazing for Pelp because either I'm doing
you to have the initiative though. For that damage. So
that's
a thing that your opponent can respond to and control.
It is, which is fine. It just means they're not playing 3 units a turn. They're only going to play 1 or 2. So I do like it. I think it's good. Let's move on, though. We have 2 more. Alex, do you want to go over the new leader or do you want to go over the unit?
No, JJ wants the unit. I'll take the leader.
All right. What new leader did we get revealed this week?
So this probably shouldn't be surprising, but we have Wedge Antilles. He is just a green hero, rebel pilot. As an action, you exhaust him. You can play a card from your hand using piloting. It costs 1 less. And then he deploys on a 5. And he is when deployed as a ground. He is a pilot. So when deployed as a ground unit, he's just a 3/6 vanilla, no text. And not good. But when he's in a vehicle, he gives it +3/+4. The +4 is insane to me.
Yeah.
But and then attached leader is a unit, or a leader unit. And then it gains on attack. The next pilot card you play this phase costs 1 less. So like a normal like his leader ability, but that 3/4 stat line is huge for a vehicle, I would assume, right?
You could put him on Poe's Black 1, right? Like that feels really good. Mm-hmm. I guess you got to wait a turn to deploy him, so that doesn't feel good. But being able to put him on a Black 1, oh my gosh!
I mean, just if you're, I don't even know, you can put Bright Hope. I think that's hilarious. Now it's a 5/10 Sentinel.
So I have a quick question. So when you play him, so this is crazy, right? And I don't know if any other podcast is talking about this. So maybe they are, and I just don't listen to anybody else's podcast. Think about it. When we talk about this as piloting, when you deploy them, these leaders that deploy in space, if you've already swung with your vehicle, you don't get to swing with your leader that turn.
Yeah,
correct. It doesn't ready yet.
No.
So that's that's huge. They're adding. This is amazing because they're adding this. extremely new niche layer to the game. Because you got to think about it, like you can't swing with like a lot of times we'll play like you got 5 resources, I got 5 resources. I'm going to swing first because I think you're going to kill, you're going to waylay my unit, you're going to do all these crazy things, right? This guy, this pilot, you can't put him just on anything. But like you can play a Falcon, you just play a Falcon from hand. It comes in ready. You throw a Wedge on there. It's now a 6/8. like have fun, baby. Like what are you gonna do? Like Falcon stock's gone up. Like I gotta go buy me some more of those cards because like holy crap, like Falcon's gonna become insane. I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool. I like the piloting mechanic. We had this in Destiny as well, but it was different than this, but similar. So I don't know. You high on Wedge? I kind of like him. I think it's kind of hot. He's coming out on 5 resources too.
I'm not sure like how good his ability is because again, we don't really know the set and how many piloting cards there are. Like Dooku from set 3, you're just like, oh hey, look, I can get the exploit even higher for a separatist unit. That'd be pretty good. But then like we didn't really have a lot of good reasons to exploit things, so like that didn't do too well. So that might happen with Wedge. But I also just think the 3/4 like stat line is huge. And if you put that on like the just like the heroism Falcon, right? The 3/4 heroism Falcon, then it becomes what, a 7/8 for 3 resources in space because it gets an additional pilot thing. So,
I mean, honestly, for me, like if I'm building, if I'm building a Wedge list, I definitely am considering going red, and the only reason for that is the Gorilla Attack Pod, which is Rebel. It assuming that your opponent already has 15 damage on it, which is not too hard. You can immediately play it. It gets readied, and then you can deploy Wedge on it, and then all of a sudden that thing is hitting for 7 and
10
has
with
10 health on top of it. So it's really good. It's a really good way to get that in there. Hopefully we'll see more and more cards that more vehicles that can deploy ready or find a way for you to deploy ready. I know that there are other.
No, JJ, don't do that. I want counterplay.
So here's the thing, right? Is like you're either going to deploy your leader, right? Like just ready so that we can go ahead and attack that particular turn, because you do get that benefit for you to do that, right? If you're using that particular leader just to get his ability as a pilot, there's a lot more work that goes into it, and that kind of deters people from playing that particular leader because you get more efficiency out of the other leaders that don't require that extra step for you to wait an additional turn and then use it, right? So if you don't have a vehicle to help mitigate that, then it becomes a lot harder for you to use that particular pilot. Granted, this is what we've seen so far for Wedge, and I'm assuming that there might be some other pilots that come in that kind of help you get around that piece. But it's something that you got to consider when you're selecting a unit, right? Because it's a little bit of that inefficiency, right? You're likely going to deploy your leader on a unit that's probably been played that particular turn, unless of course you're like considering the Falcon or something else like that. But it just becomes a little more difficult in order for you to use that pilot. So that's why I think I'm not saying we're going to get like 12 new ships that are all going to come in ready and stuff. No, but
how about 0? Give me 0. Like give me one villain that's like a Falcon and call it a day, and then we'll move on. Because no, JJ, no. Do you want? Like, can you you do know how painful this is going to be? You are literally going to have to tech for this in Falcon. So you're going to play this with yellow, right? You're going to have to tech for that. And then you're going to have to tech for it to the point, because if they have that Falcon just sitting there, if you don't do something to that Falcon, they're just bringing this in and it gets extra health. Like it takes it out of takedown range. Basically you can like, and we don't even know how. Go ahead.
No, you're right. I was thinking Vanquish. You're right. Go on.
Yeah. Like we have Vanquish and Rivals Fall, but I don't know if Vanquish is even going to work because it's a leader.
Right. So like Waylay and Vanquish don't work because they're leaders.
Yeah. or spare the target, or I don't know what's the there's a couple other ones.
Yeah, anything.
I mean,
like,
we already have a
all
potential
that stuff.
monster mix with lurking TIE Phantom already, right? Because
Boba Space, baby. It's already there. People started building it. I guarantee you.
yeah,
I mean, it's cool. Also, things like keep fighting might be interesting, right? If your vehicle's that 3 attack,
Yeah.
like the generic hero Falcon, like keep fighting is an interesting option. Bravado just works on any unit, and if you killed something, it only costs 3, so you just restand it. Or like if you played that turn, attach a leader to you, then stand it with that. So there's already like options to try to the circumnavigate them playing an exhausted unit or something like that. Yeah, also just having a normal unit out there just seems really good.
Yeah. I think we'll see how this works. I know there will be more space units. This is going to be a thing. But this adds this is what we were waiting for when we talked about space. Like when we talk about like what can happen, this is what we were waiting for, because this, in my opinion, has a big impact on the game. But I don't want to spend any more time. We have one more spoiler, and then we have other segments to get.
Play them on on the home 1. Hold off until turn 7. Make it a 10-11.
You swing and win, baby. Except for then when you're going to be very sad when I Avenger. Oh, but Avenger won't work anymore, right?
Yeah, Avenger
is a leader unit. Oh, man. Oh,
Devastator.
Yeah, it's got to be Devastator or Power of the Dark Side or that man. We got to go. We're going to go through. We'll have a segment. We'll go through when we get closer to the set release. We'll go through that. What cards no longer affect these leaders? Anyway, JJ, you got one more. We got one more, and I'm actually kind of excited by it. I want you to make sure you read his subtext as well, please.
All right, cool. So this one here is going to be Anakin Skywalker here. So he comes in at 2 costs. His subtext is "I'll try spinning," which is hilarious. So he comes in with a yellow aspect and hero aspect. He's a 2/3, just regular unit, and when you deploy him as a pilot, he's also a 2/3. And he has the piloting upgrade there, and then his cost for piloting is also still 2 resources, so it's the same as a regular. And then his ability reads: when attached unit completes an attack and survives, that's a very important key, you may return this upgrade to its owner's hand. So you can essentially have Annie board a ship, deal a bunch of damage, and then just come right back into your hand in there. So that's a really, really neat trick for Annie to do. However, despite the theme on this, I'm very sad that his ability doesn't allow him to go to a ground unit or, to the ground arena, deal damage, and then come back, right? Because that's him physically barrel rolling from space into the ground or vice versa. That would have been a really neat trick, honestly, but still really great, especially if you could put him on Lurky TIE Phantom and just have him deal a bunch of damage and just come right back, and then you can't deal damage to the Lurky TIE Phantom with any other card effects. So yeah.
You could do that in a Chancellor Palpatine deck, JJ.
Yeah, it's like, unless you're going to pay 4 for him. I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's probably worth it. Like that Lurking TIE Phantom, you pay 4 for this, right? You play Lurking TIE Phantom, you have this, you play it for 4, you swing, you can't defeat it. I don't know. That might be worth 4 points.
Yeah.
This card
that's
seems
a 6/5.
Insane, right? Like,
yeah.
This card is nuts. And it's only uncommon.
Yeah, because you just detach it. It's like, as long as your unit lives, it's free. Like, I don't know.
It's a 2/3 for 2, which is already average, right? It gives a vehicle +2/+3, which I think is pretty big for 2 resources. And you guys, that he's got a force trait.
For 2. Oh, man. Oh, man. Quinlan's going to love this.
That's insane, right? Like,
yeah. Oh, shit.
He's not like a Jedi or whatever for your General's Blade, but he's a force enabler.
Yeah, you can force throw with him. He's a 2 cost. Oh, so dirty. Oh, Alex, we're going to cut this part of the show. Don't tell anybody this, Alex. Let them figure it out.
Like, and it's uncommon. Like, that just seems like a crazy, crazy card. And my only complaint is that it didn't interact with any trick cards. Because I heard
Yeah.
that spinning is a pretty good trick, so that would have been funny.
Yeah. I do agree with you. So far, this is the best card we've seen for this set, I think, hands down. I will be very happy to play this in, like, I don't know. Like, right now, I'm telling you, like, in Quinlan, this works. Boba, this works really well. Like, Boba, man, Hero Boba is, like, going to be buff this set.
Yeah,
You know that,
bioweapons are
right?
keywords.
Yeah, and I've already got a Boba Yellow, or Boba Green, no, Boba Yellow, space only deck. So, like, it already can happen. Like, now can you just imagine now that all of the cards get it? Like, ugh. I should go buy that.
Yeah.
What's that showcase worth? Hold on,
Like
we should go.
$100.
All
It's
right,
like
hold on.
super cheap.
Is it? If it's only $100, I'm buying it right now.
That's what I paid
Hold
for.
your
It was
hose.
$100. So
Seriously?
yeah, it was like just really cheap because like no one's playing Boba because literally no one's playing Boba, but like me and like 4 locals.
It's
By 4 locals, I mean,
120
like
right.
Sandeep and I.
I don't know if I can afford 120. It's still, you are right though. It is still under market price though. So
120. That's just a third of my unemployment, Jack.
all right. Well, you should buy me one then, Alex. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you're buying me a Boba
I will
showcase.
100% sell you one for like $180.
Well, I could buy it for 120, so probably not gonna happen.
But yeah,
Free
I
ship-
think that Anakin card it's crazy.
Nuts.
Like, I mean, sure, a vanilla 2/3 for 2 isn't like the best, but it's not bad, right? Like a 3/6 liter that doesn't do anything for 5 isn't good.
Yeah.
But a 2/3 unit is no ability. It's your first turn play. It's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But also, doesn't I forgot there was one card, wasn't there, in this set that's just like, hey, if you have a force as an upgrade or like a unit, right, it gets something. And I think that was the Padawan's like Aether Sprite. What was that actually called? Padawan Starfighter. Yeah, if you control a force unit or a force upgrade, it gets +1/+1. So you could attach Anakin to the Padawan Starfighter. It's a force upgrade, right? So it gets the +1/+1, bumps it up to 2/4, and then Anakin bumps it up to a 6/7, and that's 4 resources.
Ooh, Luke Yellow, but Luke Yellow coming back, baby. Look at that. We're gonna get some Luke Yellow, man.
Yeah, that's really good.
And then, like, if things get really dicey, you just pop them back up into the hand because it completes an attack, right? Which you could just hit base for. Like, it's like Ezra, right? Has the same language where, like, if the attached unit completes an attack, you look at the top card kind of thing. It's just the same thing. Like, you get hit a base and pop them back under your hand if the ship's on fire, whatever.
So, as a question, because I haven't fully read the interactions yet, but do cards like Power Failure take out pilots?
Yes, they're upgrades.
Oh man,
but
I think the stocks went up on Power Failure. Oh man,
you know what the sillier thing with Anakin is? You have like 3 vehicles that are, you know, ready. You pop Anakin on one of them, swing with one of them, pop Anakin back in your hat, in your hand, put him down again on a different vehicle and pop him up.
All right, what ones are ready? You have the Falcon, right? What else?
Yeah, no. Like if you
like you set yourself up with 3 units. Yeah,
like 4 turns in the game or whatever.
Oh, I see.
So if you have multiple vehicles and like are willing to spend 2 resources to buff your unit by 2/3 for each attack.
It's like a surprise strike. Is what it's like. It's like a reoccurring surprise strike.
Yeah,
that's so good
for a 2 costing unit. So like that just seems like insane to me.